Okay, so I know I did my vlog or what have you for today as far as my fasting and everything, but I just saw a YouTuber named Fasting Girl 3033 or something like that, and she put me on, well, her videos put me on to a great website for those of us who are fasting and have no support. It's called freedomu.com, and I'm looking at the wrong part of the camera. It's called freedomu.com, and I went up there and they have a lot of great information. I was looking at the 10 tips for a successful fast, and I messed up with the number 1 tip, which was basically don't publicize or don't tell your friends and family or anyone close to you that you're fasting, because they either won't understand, don't want to understand, or they will try to sabotage your fast. And it's not just them, Satan uses everybody at his own discretion and his own supervision. So everyone has come and fallen short of his glory. So I did listen to God a little while ago. Today I was praying quietly to myself, and I heard God saying to me that you have to crawl before you walk, and you have to walk before you crawl. And because I was very upset when I left church and very disappointed, and I didn't really know if I should continue to try and do this 30-day fast or not. Right now my ministry or my church is on a 14-day convocation where they are going to be doing at midnight tonight, going forth for 14 days. They're going to be fasting and praying, but their fast is going to be on the Daniel diet. For those of you who do not know what the Daniel diet is, the Daniel diet is strictly water, light juice, they can eat whole wheat pasta and stuff like that, no meat, no sweets, they can have fruits and vegetables, and that's pretty much it. I have sat here and contemplated even making this video because I know I'm going to get a lot of L for even putting it up to begin with, but I just want to keep it real with everybody and let you all know that fasting is not for everyone, and I know that now. I'm not saying that it's not for me, but I'm saying that I have to be prepared to fast, and I didn't really understand what that meant until I tried to fast without being prepared. You don't jump into, especially a spiritual fast, you don't jump into it unless you're unless you're 100% sure that you really want to go through with it. I mean, to break a fast without God's approval for spiritual reasons, it can be a death. It could be something that could cause you to die. Like, he could take your life for playing with him. And I understand the importance of fasting for spiritual reasons, and I understand all of the things that come along with fasting. And when I say that I wasn't fully prepared, what I mean is I did not slow down my food intake as much as I should have prior to jumping on this fast. I ate what I wanted up until the day or the night of, and then I completely cut off my food intake. And it wasn't that my body is in shock, because I'm 200 and something pounds. I'm well over 100 pounds over what my ideal weight is supposed to be. So therefore, it's not like my body has gotten even close to the point of starvation, or not starvation, but hunger. To, when I say I'm starving, it's because in my mind I've made myself believe that if I don't eat 3 times a day at least, then I'm starving. It's a mental thing. And when you are going to fast, it's really up in here where this is the battleground. So this is where you're going to spend most of your time reconstructing and cleansing this. I mean, your body is cleansed just because, you know, you're not adding any toxic waste to it, plastics and metals and stuff like that. But fasting is really just it's for clarification purposes, and it's there to clear out the gunk that society and the world places in your mind. And that's how I personally feel. And if once you can get past all the junk up here, then I feel like once you let go of your own personal agenda, you can allow God's agenda to be your agenda. I'm not perfect, not in the least bit. I'm not even close to perfect. I try to be a good person, and I try to be real, but at the same time, this world is so cruel. People who you think are your friends seem to not be your friends when it comes down to the real deal about certain things in your life. You know, I really was overwhelmed with all the negativity as far as my fasting journey has been going. Or even before I started the fast, I told a few people, and their responses really disturbed me. It made me kind of like say, was that God that I heard? Should I do the 30-day fast? Even at church today, people have been asking me, you know, did God really tell you? And it hurt my feelings a little bit, because I feel as though if I'm telling you that I heard a word from God from me personally, then let that be what it is. And maybe they're letting their fleshly concern overtake the will of God. However, at the end of the day, His will be done, whether I want it to be done or not. You know, it's what God wants. With that being said, let me backtrack. So I was praying a while ago, and I was just asking God. I was like, God, should I really do this should I do this fast at all? Should I do it for 30 days? Like, what? I mean, do you just want me to drink water? What do you want me to do? Because I don't want to sit here and listen to man dictate to me what I should do, because it's not a man who told me to do this to begin with. And like I said, He did say to me, you have to crawl before you walk, and you have to walk before you run. But He also said that fasting and prayer pleases Him, and because it pleases Him because it brings the person closer to Him spiritually, and it allows him to become one with the you know, one with that person a little bit more, and take them to a new place in Him. And that's what I wanted to achieve. You know, I'm tired of being on the fence with God, or giving Him 10% and not 100, or giving Him 80% but not 100. Sometimes you just got to reevaluate yourself before you allow others to reevaluate you. With that being said, what I have decided to do, and I know this is going to be like, oh, you're crazy. What I have decided to do is as of 7 a.m. on tomorrow morning, I will break my fast. And this is why. Not that my body can't withstand more than tomorrow, but I will break my fast tomorrow at 7 a.m. just because I want to do a little more research. I really don't feel like I need to, but I want to do a little more research so that when I have these people come to me and they're asking me these questions that don't really seem like there should even be. I mean, if I say to you, I'm doing it for religious reasons and God told me, then there is no more questions. Your questions have been null and voided in my book. However, just to appease the people so that I don't get a disruption at my workplace or at my church or, you know, anywhere like that, what I am going to do is I'm going to stop this fast because I jacked it up before I even did it. And if I had did my research beforehand, like in depth, I would have known not to publicize it to people that are close to me, because that really hindered my faith a little bit. And I do have strong faith, but you know, my faith isn't as strong as it should be, which is why I wanted to fast to begin with, because I wanted to gain a strong sense of faith in God and in what He wants for my life. But with that being said, tomorrow at 7 will be officially 3 days in, and what I'll do is I'm gonna break the fast tomorrow. For the next 3 days after that, I will just pray and I will eat as I feel I need to. Right now I don't feel like I need to eat, so I'm not going to eat. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you guys can see this, but you know, can you guys see this food? Yeah, my mom, she cooked food and she brought it over for my son, and it smells so good and everything like that. But I'm really enjoying just being able to smell food and actually smell all the ingredients. And I don't know, really the 3 days have really made me appreciate food, or just the ability to be able to eat. Some people can't do that. So you know what, if I can say anything that I've learned or that I've achieved out of this fast, was really to just be more appreciative for the things that I have. I mean, I say it like, oh, people just don't know how blessed they really are, but now I understand what I'm saying, and it's making me want to cry, because there are people who really are starving here in America, not just overseas, and their kids are starving. And the fact that I have the ability to go in a refrigerator and pick out whatever I want, whenever I want, is just amazing to me. And I just thank God for all of His blessings. I really do. I thank God for blessing my family, keeping us well. I bless God for everything. And I really think that this was an eye-opener on that accord. This is not the last time I'm going to fast, or and the next time will be more days. I just have to prepare myself better. I want to be ready. I mean, as ready as I can be. You know, a fast is a hard thing to go through when you've never fasted before. And I think I said that in my first video. This was my very first fast. I've never fasted ever in my life. Not ever. Even when they told me I'm gonna have surgery and they told me not to eat after midnight, I still ate. And if I didn't, I went to sleep. But I didn't really fast. It wasn't a fast to me. A fast is when you can go during the day and you're around people who are eating and you can deny food. A fast is when you bring your flesh to under submission, and you subject it to whatever it is, you subject it to not feeding it what it's craving at the moment. When you're overweight, food is like an addiction, and when you're not getting what you need to feed your addiction, you of course are going to feel withdrawal symptoms. I appreciate God for allowing me to do the 3-day fast. That should have been a 30-day fast. But I can assure you that this is not the last time that I will fast. And I am almost positive that I will begin to fast yet again. It's still in the month of January. I'm not sure if it's going to be next week or the week after that. But I want to start off in small increments and work my way up. So for those of you who really don't think that it's wise to fast, with the proper information, for those of you whose faith is kind of shaky, with the proper information, and the correct regimen, I really believe that it can be done. It can be done, and it can be done safely. And it's not something that's not safe, because your body, especially my body, I have a lot of fat cells. So, I mean, it would have been at least 40-something, 50-something days before you all saw a dramatic change in either my weight or my face or my attitude, so to speak. And with that being said, I'm just gonna cancel this video out now, and I'm gonna upload it as is. And I thank you all for everything. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your little bit of support.